So Chelsea just lost to the bottom team in the Premier League, Southampton. All hell is breaking loose. Chelsea fans online are losing their freaking minds. Everybody's like, Potter out, Potter out, Potter out. And I'm out here thinking, give him time. Give him time. The man is a genius. Okay, I'm just playing that part. I actually think Potter is a very, very good coach. Though I'm not sure he's a great manager. Those are two different things. I think he's a great coach, but I don't think he's a great manager. So in terms of the management part of things, that remains to be seen. But in terms of coaching, I think he's a genius coach, to be honest. But as we all know, most Chelsea fans, at least online, started following the club post Roman Abramovich. So that means they are used to this firing and chopping and changing of managers. So they know no other way. They are used to this. So the default setting for most Chelsea fans is fire the manager. That is the default. There is no like, okay, maybe give this manager time or no. No. It's the default is fire the manager, and it has worked for the most part, though I would argue that really failed in the league in the last decade or so due to this chopping and changing of a thing, because you need consistency to be able to win league titles. You can't just be chopping and changing and be able to win the league. You need to have consistency, style of play, and all that. That is part of the reason why Madrid, my team, does not perform well in the league but performs excellently in the Champions League, because we don't have a set style of play. Everything is just, today vibes, tomorrow heritage. There's no real, but unlike Barcelona has a particular way of playing. So it's almost like a muscle memory where players know how to play, where each of their teammates are and all that stuff. So that thing, you need it in a 38 game league campaign where you play so many games and go play in some bottom team and everything can just go to shit. So you need a set style, a set system. So I think Chelsea fans are used to this chop and change and all that. That has worked in the cups, but in terms of the league, I'm not sure that can work, really. And this man, Graham Potter, he's not helping matters at all. This man just lost to the bottom team in the Premier League at home and came out to the press conference like he just coached a high school game. Come on, man. Seriously, show some fight. I think a lot of Chelsea fans will be able to handle this process if Graham Potter showed a bit of, fight. And I'm not sure this kind of demeanor is good enough for a top team, at least in the modern game. Like, I just don't think it can work in terms of you need to have some fights. In these big teams, you have all these egotistic players. You need a manager that has a strong personality. And I'm not saying that Potter doesn't have a strong personality. I mean, not everyone is like a hyper personality. Some people actually have a strong personality but don't talk that much, So that does not necessarily mean that Potter is a soft guy or that cannot stand for himself or anything, because he's not coming out to shout at the players and the trainers in the post-match interviews or abuse the players or something. He may have a strong personality, but maybe he just doesn't like drama in terms of trying to stoke the fire in press conferences. So, but I can understand where Chelsea fans are coming from. This has to be so frustrating. This man coming out here like he just coached an elementary football game. Seriously, I mean, come out like you're coaching some billion-dollar entity. I think Potter is in a very, very unfortunate situation, because I personally did not feel he should join Chelsea. But I understand where he's coming from. With that money, Chelsea gave him so much of a pay increment that he couldn't reject the offer. So I can't really blame him in that aspect. Though I would have thought, look, making that move, especially to a club like Chelsea with their chop and change culture, but with the 5-year contract and everything, it looked like Bowley was in it for the long haul. And I still think he's in it for the long haul. But unfortunately, I think the fans are going to make them to fold. That is just what I think. I think they will fold eventually. But personally, I do not feel they should sack him. What do you have to lose? What does Chelsea really have to lose? Let's be real here. You're not making the Champions League. I mean, making the Europa League, is it really something you want? I'm not sure about that. The last time you won the league, you were not in any European competition. So who knows? Maybe by next season, playing once a week could be very, very beneficial to you. So the Conference League is of no use. Now, I'm not saying Chelsea should just keep losing and keep losing and keep losing, just not to make any European competition. But I just think Potter should be allowed to continue this process. He should be allowed to continue the process, because I just don't see any upside to sacking him right now. What are you doing? Like, you're not in the FA Cup anymore. You're not in the Carabao Cup anymore. You're only in the Champions League. Anything can happen in the Champions League. Like, some people could say, oh, maybe signing a new manager would give the team like a new manager bump or something. Maybe. Well, Champions League is like it's a roll of the dice. Chelsea, the way they are not good enough to win the Champions League. Now it can happen, because even when they won 2 years ago, it didn't look like they would win. Tuchel came in and did it. So anything can happen. But at the end of the day, it's not really something that you should scatter this process for. I don't think so. I think Chelsea should at least give Graham Potter a preseason. Give him a preseason. See how it goes the beginning of the season. Then you can sack him then. If things are still going terribly, you can sack him at that point. But I just don't see the point of sacking him right now. I mean, you are not gaining anything. There is nothing to gain here, in my opinion. Anyway, what do you guys think? Chelsea fans, tell me down in the comments. I would like to know what you think about this situation. I think this is a very, very interesting situation, because I really want to see if Todd Boehly is going to stand by his man. I really want to see it. It's really, really interesting. Anyway, I will see you next time. Peace.